Hello grade 10 students. Today I am here to teach you chapter 24 in your textbook, that's called Arithmetic Progression. So earlier you did about sequences, ordered set of numbers. Now we'll see what is progression is. We'll take an example. Triangular numbers 1, 3, 1, 3, then 6, 10, 15. There's a pattern here. Adding 2, adding 3, adding 4, adding 5 like that. If I give you any term is 120, can you find out the next term here? It's difficult because we don't know the amount we have to add to get the next term. But when you take something like this, 1, 3, 5, 7, something like that. And if I give another term, can you find out the other one? Here we can, because we can see when you add 2 to that, 2 to the previous term, you can get the next term. So if I give any term 121, what's the next term? Adding 2 to that. Another one, 10, 8, 6, 4. In this sequence, you can see you can get the next term by subtracting 2. If I give any term as 140, can you find out the next term? Yes, you can find out. That's subtract minus 2, 138. And also we'll take another one. 2, 4, 8, 16. What's the pattern now? This one multiplied by 2. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2, 16. Or if I give something like this, 100, 10, 1, 1 over 10 something. What's the pattern? Divide this by 10. Divide this by 10. So here, these 4 patterns, we can find out the next term if you have given any term. So those sequences we call progression. If you can find out any term by looking at the previous one, we call those are progression. So there are 2 types of progression. What are the 2 types of progressions? Sometimes you are adding a constant, subtracting a constant. Sometimes multiply or divide. So if we are adding or subtracting a constant, this type of progression we call arithmetic progression. And if we are multiplying or divide by a constant ratio, we call those are geometric progression. So we will discuss that in grade 11. Today we are going to talk about arithmetic progression. So what are arithmetic progressions? When you get a constant difference between 2 consecutive terms, we call those are arithmetic progression. So here you need to know what are consecutive terms. Now we'll take these 2, 2, 4. Those are next to each other. So these are consecutive terms. 4, 8, consecutive terms. 8, 16, those are consecutive terms. So in this case, if I take 1, 3, 5, 7, what are consecutive terms? 1 with 3, 3 with 5, 5 with 7. And how can we find out the common difference? Take any term, subtract the previous term. So in an arithmetic sequence, you need to know how to get the common difference. So here, common difference we normally take as D. D is the common difference. How can we find out the common difference? Any term, subtract the previous term. So this formula is important. If we take this one, how can we find out the common difference? 3 minus 1. So we'll take the example 1, 3, 5, 7 example. D is 3 minus 1, or I can write 5 minus 3, because these two consecutive terms, 5 minus 3. If I take these two, that's equal to 7 minus 5. So all of these consecutive terms, the difference is a constant. So that's why we call that's a common difference. So in all these cases, that's 2. So remember how to get the common difference. Now we'll practice that with several examples. So you have given all arithmetic progression and you are asked to find out the common difference. Look at the first one. How you find the common difference? D is, you can take any consecutive term and subtract. Here, either this or this, any two terms, if you take consecutive terms, the common difference is the same. So I can take 10 minus 7, that's 3. Here, which one is easier? We can take the first one. D equals 22 minus 16. What's the answer? 6. This one? If I take the first two, D equals 86 minus 90. Any term, subtract the previous term. 86 minus 90, you get minus 4. This one, 10 minus this or whatever. I can take 5 minus 2.5 or 2.5. You get 2.5. This one, you get a decimal. 4.3 minus 3.2. What's the answer? 1.1. Now, there are negative terms. Be careful when you get negative terms. Take any term. I'll take minus 27 minus 30. So, minus minus becomes plus. What's the answer here? Minus 27 plus 30. 30 minus 27 is 3. Plus 3. This one, again negative terms. I can take this one, these two, second and third. Take minus 48 minus 44. You get plus, so minus 4. Now here, algebraic terms. Doesn't matter. Any term, subtract the previous term. If I take this one, this is x plus 3 minus x. X get cancelled out. You get common difference as 3. This one, take any term, subtract the previous term. I'll take x minus 5y minus. Here make sure that you put brackets because two terms are there. x minus 7y. Then open brackets, x minus 5y minus x plus 7y. X get cancelled out, 7y minus 5y, you get 2y. This one, what you get here? So you are getting d as a minus 7d minus a minus 9d. A minus 7d here, open brackets, minus minus becomes plus. A get cancelled out, 9 minus 7, 2d. So here this d is not the same as this d. So don't get confused this one, because here d is another value, not the common difference. It's better to take a different one. So d1, something like that, a different letter. Then this is d1 and 2d1. d equals 2d1. Now here a we take as first term and d is the common difference. Write down the first 4 terms. So these all are arithmetic progression questions, and you have given the common difference and the first term. Here a means the first term. How can we find out? So we start with the first term, and here d6 means adding 6 to each term. 6 plus 12, 18. 18 plus 6, 24. 24 plus 6, 30. So that's how we write down the terms if you know the first term and the common difference. Now take this one. What's the starting value? A equals 11. And adding 4, d equals 4 means adding 4. 11 plus 4, 15. 15 plus 4, 19. 19 plus 4, 23. This one now negative, difference is negative, but starting value is 30. That means subtract 3 from each term. 30 minus 3, 27. 27 minus 3, 24. 24 minus 3, you get 21. Here we normally use 3 dots to represent its continuing. Now this one starting value is negative, so negative 40 is the starting value. Adding 5 to that, negative 40 plus 5, negative 35. Negative 35 plus 5, negative 30. Negative 30 plus 5, negative 25. Now you get fractions. 3.5 is the starting value. Adding 1.5. 3.5 plus 1.5. What's the answer? 5. 5 plus 1.5. 6.5. 6.5 and another 1.5 is 8. This one decimal values starting from 2.3. Adding 6 to that. 6 plus 2.3, 8.3. 8.3 plus 6, 14.3. 14.3 plus 6 is 20.3. Here algebraic expressions you are getting as arithmetic progression, because the starting value is x and you are adding y to that, x plus y. Another y to that, x plus 2y. another y, x plus 3y. Now we know, if you know the first term and the common difference, how you can write down the terms. We'll take the review exercise. Determine whether each of the following sequences in an arithmetic progression. So what is an arithmetic progression? When you get common difference, we call those are arithmetic progression. So we can identify by taking the common difference. I'll take D as, if you take these two, that's 11 minus 9. What's 11 minus 9? 2. Then you have to show with the other values as well. D equals, here if you take the other two, this is 13 minus 11. That's also 2. When you take other term, 16 minus 13, what is 16 minus 13? You are getting 3. Is this a arithmetic progression? This is not arithmetic because you are not getting the same common difference. So we can write therefore not an arithmetic progression. Question number 2. Take first two and see what's the difference. Minus 5 minus minus 8. So you get minus 5 plus 8. 8 minus 5, 3. The next one, if you take these two, minus 1 minus minus 5. Minus 1 plus 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. So what can you say? You don't get the same common difference. It's not arithmetic. This one, what's the difference? 2.55 minus 2.5. You get 0.05. Then next one, 2.555 minus 2.55. What's the difference? You get 0.005. So these two are not the same, not arithmetic. Now you get fractions. When you take this one, 4 3/4 minus 4 1/2. So I can write half as 2/4 as an equivalent fraction. So what's the answer? 5 get cancelled out. 3/4 minus 2/4. You get 1/4. When you take this one, 6 minus 5 3/4. So you get, what's the value? You have to convert. I'll take 6 minus 5 and 4 minus 3. You get 1/4 here, but extra. Now we'll take this one. We'll convert to fractions. I'll take 5 and one part I can write 4/4. That's the easiest way to simplify. 5 get cancelled out. 4 minus 3, you get 1. That's also 1/4. The next one, 6 1/2 minus 6. 6 1/2 minus 6 is half. Half is not the same as quarter, so not arithmetic. This one, what's the difference? If you take minus 1 here, minus 1 minus 1, you get minus 2. These two, 1 minus minus 1, you get plus 2. Not the same. So, not arithmetic. Question number 2. Find the common difference of each of the following arithmetic progressions. So, you can take any term and take the next term, previous term and subtract. So, it says arithmetic progression, so you can take any two terms. I'll take first two, 17 minus 12, I get 5. This one, D equals 6 minus 10 minus 4. Try this one. It's easy to take 3 minus 1, 3 minus minus 1. So, you get plus 1 becomes 4. This one, minus 8 minus minus 2. Minus 8 plus 2 becomes minus 6. This one you get decimals. It's easy to take these two. 5.5 minus 4. You get 1.5. Now we'll see how we can find out the nth term of an arithmetic progression. So we'll try to find out a formula. Okay, let's take the first term is A and the common difference is D plus D. So that means what's the second term? You are getting A plus D, adding the common difference. Then again adding the common difference to that, you are getting the third term. A plus D, D and D becomes 2D, A plus 2D. If you take the next term, adding D again, A plus 3D. So, we take symbols, first term as T1, second term T2, T3 and T4 for the fourth term. So, we need to identify if this is nth one. How can we find out the formula? We call it nth term. So, we will try to find out a pattern. I'll write the other way around, then you can easily see a pattern. T1 is A, T2 is A plus D, T3 is A plus 2D, T4 is A plus 3D. Look at carefully, A is already there. So, if this is Tn, what's the pattern you see? A is there, so you get A. Plus, can you see the relationship between these two numbers, 3 and 2? 2 and here nothing means 1. This is 0. If this is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. If this is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So, here if this is n, always this number is 1 less than that. So, I can write this is n minus 1 d. Now, we get a formula. We get a formula for nth term. So, what are these terms? We will identify D is the common difference, and N is the term number, A is the first term, and we call Tn is the nth term. So, when you know this formula, you can find out any term. What's the 50th term? T 50. What's the 100th term? T 100. So, using different n values, you can find the term number. Now, we'll take this example. You have given an arithmetic progression and you are asked to find out the 15th term. So, what is 15th term? T15. T15. So, what you do? Now, first we have to take, what's the formula? Tn equals a plus n minus 1 d. A is the first term. So, you can plug 13 there. N is this number 15. 15 minus 1 becomes 14. D. How can we find out D? D is the difference between two consecutive terms. I can take first two terms, 17 minus 13, D is 4. Now plug 4 here, n minus 1, D. So you can find out 15th term. According to Bodmer's, you have to do multiplication first. 4 times 4, 16, 1 remaining, 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, 5. 13 plus 56, you get 69. So, 15th term is 69. Take the next one. You have given an arithmetic progression. You are asked to find out the 21st term. So, what is n here? 21. Plug those values. This is the first term. So, 9 plus 21 minus 1, 20 d. What's d value? Take the difference. D is 15 minus 9. You get 6. So, multiply by 6 first and then add 9. 20 times 6, you get 120 plus 9, 129. This question, find 16th term. Identify first the d value difference. 5 minus 2.5, you get 2.5. What's the first term? 2.5. Now, find T16. T16 is, first term is 2.5 plus n minus 1. 16 minus 1, that's 15 times d. D is 2.5. How can we multiply? Fraction multiplication, you have to convert to improper fraction and then multiply. So, 2 times 2, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. So, 5 over 2 multiplied by 15. What's the value? 5 times 15 is 75 over 2. Here, 2.5 I can write as 5 over 2. So, 5 over 2 plus 75 over 2. You add the numerators because both you get same denominator. 75 plus 5 is 80. 80 divided by 2, you get 40. So, 16th term is 40. Look at this example. Find the 11th term. Identify the first term and difference. Difference is 27 minus 30, you get minus 3. N is 11, so we need T11. Plug it to the formula. First term plus n minus 1, 11 minus 1, 10. 10 times minus 3. So, 30 minus 30, you get 11th term is 0. This question, find the first term of arithmetic progression when common difference is 4 and 26th term is 105. So these two are given. You are asked to find out A. How can we do? We can take the formula again. We write a formula for T26. What's T26 is? First term plus 26 minus 1 is 25 D. But we know 26 term. So you can plug that value here. 105. A plus 25 times D is 4. Now simplify. You get A plus 100 is 105. So what's the first term? 105 minus 100. You get 5 as the first term. This question, find the common difference of arithmetic progression when the first term is given 13 and the 15th term is 83. Now other way around. You have given A and 15th term. You are asked to find out the common difference. So again use the formula. T15 is equal to A plus n minus 1 is 15 minus 1 is 14. 14D. Now plug T15 value here. 83 is equal to 13 plus 14D. So take 13 to this side. 83 minus 13, you get 70. 70 equals 14D. So what's the common difference? 70 divided by 14. So this is 5. The common difference you get as 5. This one, find the difference of arithmetic progression when the first term is 30 and the 11th term is 0. So we'll try to find out that. T11 now. What's T11? First term plus 11 minus 1, 10D. A is 30, 11th term is 0 and this is 10D. You can easily find out the difference. Take 30 to this side, you get minus 30 is 10D. Divide by 10, you get minus 3. Which term is 60 in the following arithmetic progression? Now you have given several terms. One term is 60. So you are asked to find out which term is that. So that means n. Basically you are asked to find out n now. A is given 12. What's the difference? Subtract these two. 16 minus 12. You get 4. Now apply to the formula. We don't know what's n. Tn is equal to A is 12 plus n minus 1. D is 4. But we know the nth term is 60. So we can plug 60 here. And also you can expand brackets. 4 times n, 4n, 4 times minus 1 minus 4. So 12 minus 4 is 8. And take 8 to the other side. 60 minus 8, 52. So what is n value? 52 divided by 4, you get 13 as the n value. So that means 13th term is 60. This question, which term is 99 for this sequence? This is an arithmetic progression. Same as before. We don't know n. N is unknown. But we know the first term. First term is 9. And what's the common difference? 15 minus 9, you get 6. So plug it to the formula. A plus n minus 1 d is 6. Open brackets, and here substitute the nth term as well. Nth term is 99. 6n minus 6. Now simplify. 9 minus 6 is 3. When you take it to the other side, 99 minus 3, you get 96. 96 is 6n. So what's the n value? Divide by 6. So n becomes 16. Now look at this one. You are asked to find out the first term and the common difference. So we don't know the first term, we don't know the common difference, but you know two terms. T3, that means third term is given and the sixth term is given. How can we do that? We'll take the third term. How can we write in A and D? If you know the third term is T3. A plus 3 minus 1 is 2D. That's given 15. So you can write like this. Same thing we can write for T6 as well. What is T6 in terms of first term and the difference? First term plus 6 minus 1, 5D. That's given 27. Two unknowns and two equations, simultaneous equations. So how can we solve that? Coefficients are equal here. So when you subtract, one term get cancelled out. So we'll subtract. I'll take 2 minus 1. A get cancelled out. 5D minus 2D is equal to 27 minus 15. What's the value? 2, 1. 12 you get here. 5D minus 2D is 3D. So what's D? Divide by 3, you get 4. Now take any one of the equation and plug it to there and find out A. I'll take the first one. A plus 2 times 4 now. 2D is there, is equal to 15. So what is A? A plus 8 is 15. Take 8 to the other side. A equals 15 minus 8, that's 7. So first term is 7 and the common difference is 4. Similar to that one, you have given two terms and you are asked to find out the first term and the difference, and hence write down the first 5 terms. Again, write a formula for third term. A plus 3 minus 1, that means 2D, that's equal to 21. That's your first equation. T7, you can write A plus 7 minus 1, 6D equals 45. When you subtract the two equations, you get D value. 6 minus 2, you get 4D equals 45 minus 21. What's 45 minus 21? You get 4, and yeah, I'll write down properly this one. 45 minus 21. 4 and 2 there, so 24. 4D equals 24. What's D? Divide by 4, that's 6. Plug it to one of the equation. I'll take 1. A plus 2D equals 21. 2 times 6 equals 21. A equals 21 minus 6 times 2, 12. So you get 9 as the first term. Now we know first term and the common difference. How can we find out the first 5 terms? Starting from 9. 9 plus 6, 15. 15 plus 6, 21. 21 plus 6, 27. 27 plus 6, 33. So those are the 5 terms of this arithmetic progression. Look at this one. Write down first 4 terms of arithmetic progression in terms of A and D. So we'll try to write down. First term is A. If the common difference is D, what is the second term? A plus D. What's the third term? A plus 2D. D, another D. D plus D, 2D. A plus 2D plus D, A plus 3D. So these are the 4 terms. You know you want 4 terms for an arithmetic progression. Now what is the second part? Sum of first 2 terms is 80. Sum of first 2 means these 2. So I can write a formula. A plus D is 34. So when you simplify, you get 2A plus D equals 34. Then what's the next one? For the next 2 terms, the sum is 34. What it means? Next 2 terms is these 2. The sum of next 2 terms, A plus 2D plus A plus 3D is given 34. Now when you simplify, what you get? A and A, 2A, 2D, 3D, you get 5D. That's 34. Now here I made a mistake. Sum of first 2 term is 18 given. So this should be 18. Now we have 2 equations. How can we solve that? Simultaneous equations, we see same coefficient here and same sign. Same coefficient, same sign, you subtract the 2 equations to get rid of that variable. So I'll take 2 minus 1. So when I subtract this, I get 2A plus 5D minus 2A plus D is equal to 34 minus 18. 2A get cancelled out, 5D minus D, 4D. 4D equals, subtract here, 16. So D equals 16 divided by 4, that's 4. So we found out the difference is 4. Now we'll take any equation and plug it to find out A. I'll take this one. First equation, 2A plus D is now 4 is equal to 18. 2A equals 18 minus 4 is 14. A is 14 divided by 2, you get 7. So the first term is 7 and the common difference is 4. So it says find the first term and the common difference and write down the first 5 terms. So what are the terms? Starting with 7. A7. D4. Add 4 to that. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 plus 4, 15. 15 plus 4, 19. 19 plus 4, 23. So these are the 5 terms in this arithmetic progression. Now you have given n term of an arithmetic progression is 7n plus 3. Write down the first 3 terms. The nth term formula is given. So this is like Tn equals 7n plus 3. How can we find out the first term? First term is n equals 1. Second term is n equals 2. Third term is n equals 3. So what we do if you want to find out the terms? Just substitute n equals 1, n equals 2 and n equals 3. So here we need only 3 terms. So I'll first substitute 1, T1, that's the first term. 7 times 1, 7 plus 3, you get 10. N equals 2, you get the second term. 7 times 2 plus 3. According to Bodmer's multiplication first, 7 times 2, 14, 14 plus 3, 17. Now what's the third term? N equals 3. T3 equals 7 times 3 plus 3. 7 times 3, 21. 21 plus 3, 24. So what are the 3 terms? First term is 10, second term is 17 and the third term is 24. Now they are asked to find out the common difference. So you can take any 2 terms. I'll take first 2 and take the difference, 17 minus 10. Difference is 7. 10th term, T10. Use the formula. First term we found, that's 10. So this is A. First term plus n minus 1. 10 minus 1 is 9. D. D is 7. So what's the answer? 9 times 7 is 63 plus 10, you get 73. So in this question you are asked to find out n minus 1th term. Nth term is 7n plus 3. So we can use the nth term formula, 7n plus 3. Instead of n, I can plug n minus 1. So 7n minus 1 plus 3. So expand brackets and multiply. 7 times n, 7n minus 7 plus 3, I get 7n minus 4. So n minus 1th term is 7n minus 4. Now this part, which term is 143? We know nth term is 7n plus 3. So you can plug the value. So 143 is 7n plus 3. Take 3 to the other side, 140 equals 7n. N becomes, divide by 7, you get 20 as the term number. So 20th term is 143. Example number 1, finding Tn when A, D and N are known. So Tn we need to find out. A, D, N known. You are asked to find out the 15th term. T15 for the arithmetic progression of this. So identify A, first term, that's 3. What's the difference? We can take the difference between 2 consecutive terms. 7 minus 3, I can write 4. And N, what is N? We need 15th term. N is 15. Now plug it to the formula. T15 is equal to first term plus n minus 1 means 15 minus 1, 14. D, D is 4, 3 plus 14 times 4, 4 times 4, 16, 1 remaining, 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, 5. 56 plus 3, 59. So 15th term is 59. Example number 2. In this case, finding A, so that means you don't know A, when D, N and nth term known. Now we'll look at this question. Find the first term of the arithmetic progression with common difference 4. So D equals 4. And 26th term. 26th term is 105. And 26 means n is 26 and we need to find out the first term. Now substitute to the formula, we can take T26. T26 is equal to first term is A plus n minus 1, 26 minus 1, 25 times D is 4. The 26th term is given 105. 25 times 4 is 100. Take 100 to the other side, you can find out the A value. 105 minus 100, you get the first term as 5. Example number 3, finding D. Now we need to find out D. You have given A value, N value and nth term value. What are the values? Find the common difference of the arithmetic progression with first term minus 32. A equals minus 32 and 12th term. T12 is given 1. So that means N is 12. Plug it to the formula now. T12 is A, that's minus 32 plus n minus 1, 12 minus 1 is 11. D is unknown, but the 12th term is given 1. Substitute. Now take minus 32 to the other side. 11D equals 1 plus 32 becomes 33. D is 33 divided by 11, that's 3. So when A n Tn is known, we can find out the common difference. Example number 4, finding n. Now we don't know n, A and D and nth term given. Find which term is minus 65. So here nth term is given minus 65 and first term of that sequence progression, A is 30. How can we find out the difference? Difference is 25 minus 30. You get minus 5. Apply to the formula. Tn equals first term is 30 plus n minus 1 D. D is minus 5. Now expand brackets and simplify and nth term is minus 65. Minus 5 times n, minus 5n. Minus 5 times minus 1 plus 5. So what do you do? When you subtract this one, 30 plus 5, 35. When you take it to the other side, minus 65 minus 35 equals minus 5n. When you add these two together, you get 100. Minus 100 divided by minus 5, you get the n value. So divide, minus minus get cancelled out. 100 divided by 5 is 20. So n equals 20. Example number 5. Now slightly different. You have given two terms. 7th term and 12th terms of an arithmetic progression are 38. So T7 is 38. T63rd one is, no, T12th. T12th is given 63. And you are asked to find out the first term, common difference and the 20th term. So we can write down in terms of A and D. So T7 means A plus 6D. 7 minus 1, 6. So 6D is this. That's your first equation. 12th term, A plus 11D. 12 minus 1. Now subtract. Simultaneous equations, you can subtract and find out A and D. So subtract, I'll do 2 minus 1. 63 minus 38 is equal to, these two get cancelled out and you get 11D minus 6D. It becomes 5D is equal to 25. So what's D? 25 divided by 5, that's 5. Now plug it to one of the equations and find A. I'll take first one. 38 equals A plus 6 times 5, 30. Take 30 to the other side. 38 minus 30, that's 8. So the first term is 8. Now we found first term is 8 and the common difference is 5. So what's the 20th term? So T20 is equal to first term plus 20 minus 1 is 19, D. D is 5. Now BODMAS, multiply first. 5 times 9, 45, 5 remaining, 5 times 1, 5 plus 4, 9. So when you add these two, what you get? 8 plus 5 is 13, 1 remaining. So you get 20th term is 103. Example number 6. In a certain sequence, the nth term Tn is given by 3n plus 4. Write down the first 4 terms of this sequence. So how can we find our first 4 terms? N equals 1 for first term, second term n equals 2, third term n equals 3 and fourth term n equals 4. So we'll do that. Substitute n equals 1, you get first term. 3 times 1 plus 4. 3 plus 4, 7. N equals 2, you get the second term. 3 times 2 plus 4. 6 plus 4, 10. Third term, T3. 3 times 3 plus 4. 9 plus 4, 13. Fourth term, 3 times 4 plus 4. 12 plus 4, 16. So the first 4 terms are 7, 10, 13, 16. Then the next one, write down an expression for n minus 1th term. So instead of n, now this is n minus 1 and hence show that this is an arithmetic progression. So how can we show that this is arithmetic progression? We can see the common difference. So n minus 1th term. So n minus 1, T n minus 1 is, instead of n, we plug n minus 1. Then expand brackets, 3n minus 3 plus 4. So you get, subtract these two, minus 4, plus 4 and minus 3, you get plus 1. So n minus 1th term is 3n plus 1. So what is nth term? This is nth term. Hence means using this answer you are asked to show that this is an arithmetic progression. How can we find out? We can do, take these difference, you get 3, 10 minus 7, all these 3. And if you take this difference, that should be equal to 3. So we'll see whether you get 3. So D becomes 3n plus 4 minus 3n plus 1. So expand brackets first, you multiply by negative. Minus 3n and minus 1. 3n get cancelled out, 4 minus 1 is 3. So the difference is 3. So that means here also when you take first 4 terms, difference is 3 as well. So there's a common difference. So you get arithmetic progression. So here show that this is an arithmetic progression means you get common difference. So therefore it's an arithmetic progression with common difference 3. Last part, which term is 169 in this arithmetic progression? So we'll plug it to the nth term formula. So I'll write here. So what is nth term formula? Nth term formula is Tn equals 3n plus 4. Now the term is 169 is equal to 3n plus 4. Take 4 to the other side. 165 equals 3n. So find n. You get 165 divided by 3. So what's the answer? 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 5, 15. So 55th term is 165. Exercise 24.1. Find the first 5 terms of the arithmetic progression for each of the following situations. So here just the first term and the difference is given. So we'll find out first term is 5. Add 2 to that. You get 7. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 2, 11. How many terms we need? 5. 11 plus 2, 13. Second one, a equals minus 3, starting value. Adding 4 to that. Minus 3 plus 4, you get 1. 1 plus 4, 5. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 4, you get 13. This one, starting value is 4.5. 4.5 plus 2.5. What's the answer? You are adding these two. You get 7. 7 plus 2.5. 9.5. 9.5 plus 2.5 is 12. 12 plus 2.5 is 14.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 terms. The next part, now fractions. It's easy to take minus half as minus 2 over 4. Minus half is same as minus 2 over 4. When you simplify, you get minus half. Why is that? Because 1/4 is there. The denominator is 4. It's easy when you do that. 10 quarter plus minus 2 over 4. 10 1/4 minus 2 over 4. What's that? You can write this one as 9 and take 1 to that. You get 5 over 4. minus 2 over 4 becomes 3 over 4, 9 and 3 over 4. Now next term, 9 3/4 minus 2/4. So how can we subtract here? 9 minus 0 is 9, 3 minus 2 is 1. So 9 quarter. What's the next one? 9 quarter minus 2/4. Here we have to write as 8. 8 and then 5 over 4 minus 2 over 4. So 8 minus 0 is 8 and 5 minus 2, 3/4. So there's a pattern. Can you see? 10, 9. So what's the next term? It becomes 8 quarter. These three terms same, and then so likewise you are getting the pattern. So those are the 5 terms. Now this one, part E, starting value is 2x. You have to add x plus 3. So 2x plus x plus 3. So 2x and x is 3x plus 3. Adding x plus 3. X plus 3. So 3x, 3x, 4x plus 3 becomes 6. What's the next one? 4x plus 6 adding x plus 3. So 5x plus 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one, 5x plus 9 plus x plus 3. You get 6x plus 12. So those are the 5 terms of this arithmetic progression. Second question, find the indicated term of each of the following arithmetic progression. So you are asked to find out the 10th term. So what is 10th term? T10. First term is 13 and 10 minus 1 is 9. What's D? D will find it here, 15 minus 13. Take the difference between two consecutive terms. That's 2. So plug it there and find out the value. 9 times 2 is 18 plus 13. You get 31. This one, 21st term you are asked to find. T21. So what is D first? 38 minus 40, you get minus 2. First term is 40. 21 minus 1 is 20. 20 times minus 2. So 40 minus 40, you get 21st term is 0. Part C, 15th term. T15. What's D? Minus 7 minus minus 2. Minus 7 plus 2 becomes minus 5. Now plug it to the formula. First term is minus 2 plus 15 minus 1 is 14 times D. D is minus 5. Now multiplication first. 5 times 4, 20. 2 remaining, 5 times 1, 5 plus 2, 7. That's minus 70. Minus 2, minus 70. Minus 72. This one, first term is minus 3. So we need T20. Find the difference. Common difference is 7 minus 2 is 5. Plug it to the formula. First one is minus 3. In minus 1, 20 minus 1 is 19 times 5. 19 times 5, 4 remaining. So 95 plus minus 3. 95 minus 3, you get 92. is the 20th term. This one, 12th term. T12. First term is 6.5. 12 minus 1 is 11. What's D value here? 8 minus 6.5. It's easy to take 9.5 minus 8. 1.5. 9.5 minus 8, you get 1.5 as the difference. Substitute here. So we'll first do multiplication. 11 times 5 is 55. 5 remaining. 11 times 9, 99 plus 5. You get 104. And then make sure that you put a decimal point. Now add it. 0.5, you get 111 as the 12th term. This one again you get fractions. What's the difference? 3.5 minus 3/4. So I told you it's easy to rewrite this as quarter means 2/4. 3 becomes 0, 3 minus 3, 2 minus 1 is 1. So you get quarter as the common difference. So so we need T11. What's T11? First term plus 11 minus 1, 10 times D. D is 1/4. So make it to an improper fraction. 4 times 3, 12 plus 1, 13 divided by 4 plus 10 over 4. 23 over 4. When you write as a mixed number, what's the value? 5 3/4. 18th term now. What's the difference? 12 minus 12.5. You get minus half. Now take the 18th term. T18 is, first term is 12.5 plus 18 minus 1, 17 times D. D is minus half. So 12.5, when you multiply these two, you get minus 17 over 2. So what's that? Convert to an improper fraction. 2 times 12, 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. 25 over 2 minus 17 over 2. When you subtract, you get 8 over 2. That's 4. So 18th term is 4. Question number 3. Using the given information, find the first term of the relevant arithmetic progression for each of the following situations. So you are asked to find out the first term. So D is given, difference is given. So plug it to the nth term formula. So T21 is first term plus 21 minus 1 is 20 D. That's equal to 101. So A plus 100 equals 101. So what is A? Take 100 to this one. 101 minus 100. A becomes 1. This one, 35th term is minus 113. So we'll do that. T35 is A plus 35 minus 1 is 34 times minus 3. That's equal to minus 113. So A minus, multiply, 3 times 4, 12, 1 remaining, 3 times 3, 9, plus 1, 10 is equal to minus 113. Take minus 102 to the other side, you get A equals minus 113 plus 102. Take the difference, you get 11. So that's minus. So the first term is minus 11. This one, T37. So T37 is first term plus 36 into D. D I'll write in improper fractions. 2.5 I can write 5 over 2. That's equal to 93. Here I can simplify. 2 times 18. 18 times 5, 90. 90 equals 93. So what is A? 93 minus 90. You get A is 3. Part B. Using the given information, find the common difference of the relevant arithmetic progression for each of the following situations. So we'll first do the first part. T15 given as 102. What is T15 in terms of A and D? 60 plus n minus 1 is 14 D. Now solve the equation. When you take 60 to this side, you get 2 and 42 equals 14D. So D equals, divide by 14, you get 3. D is 3 for the first part. Second question. T35 is minus 25. So what is T35 in terms of A and D? That's equal to first term plus 35 minus 1, 34 times D. Now solve. Take 30 to this side. 30 minus 25 becomes 5 equals 34D. So what's D? 5 divided by 34. Third part. A equals 4 quarter and 37th term is minus 7 3/4. So here T37 is equal to, that's minus 7 3/4 is A. A is 4 1/4 plus n minus 1. 37 minus 1 is 36 into D. Now take this term to this side. Minus 4 minus 7 3/4 minus 4 1/4 is 36D. Now here minus 7 minus 4, you are getting minus 11. Minus 3/4 minus 1/4, you get full 1 part. So what's the answer? Minus 12 is 36D. So D equals minus 12 divided by 36. You get minus 1/3. So D equals minus 1/3. Part C. For each of the following situations, find the number of terms of the relevant arithmetic progression. Now you are asked to find out n. A is given, D is given, you are asked to find out n when Tn is given 69 first. So substitute to the formula, Tn equals 69. What's the formula? First term plus n minus 1 D. D is 4. Here you can do this way also. Subtract 9. 69 minus 9 is 60. 60 equals n minus 1, 4. Without expanding brackets, I can divide this by 4 first. So when you divide by 4, 60 divided by 4, 50. That's equal to n minus 1. Then you can find n. Add 1, that's 16. Second part, Tn is 35. D equals half. So we will write a formula. First term is minus 20 plus n minus 1 d. D is half. Now take 20 to this side. 35 plus 20, 55. 55 equals half n minus 1. Now I can multiply both sides by 2. So when I multiply both sides by 2, I get 110 equals n minus 1. So what is n? Add 1 to that, 111. Third part, A equals 7, D equals half, and you have given T, n equals 27. So what's the first term? 7. 7 plus n minus 1 d. D equals half. So what we can do, first take 7 to the other side. 27 minus 7 is 20. And then you multiply both sides by 2. 40 equals n minus 1. N becomes 41. Take fourth question. Find each of the following arithmetic progressions. Find the nth term in the simplest form. So we'll try to find out. From the given information, you can find A and D. What's the common difference? 12 minus 7. Now you can plug it to the nth term formula. Tn equals first term plus n minus 1 d. Now you have to expand brackets and simplify because it says in the simplest form. So 7 plus 5 times n, 5n minus 5. So 7 minus 5 is 2. 2 plus 5n is the simplest form. This one, what's A? A is minus 15. D is, what is D? Minus 12 minus minus 15. You get 15 minus 12 plus 3. Now find out the nth term. A is minus 15 plus n minus 1 d. Now expand brackets. You get 3n minus 3 minus 15 minus 3 minus 18 plus 3n. Next one. What's the first term? 3 1/4. What's difference? 4. It's easy to subtract these two. 4 minus 4, 0. You get D as 3/4. I'll write down how you got it. 3/4 minus 4. We know A and D. Find out the nth term. Tn equals first term plus n minus 1 d. D is 3/4. You have to expand brackets. And write in this one, you can write in improper fractions. 4 times 3, 12, 12 plus 1, 13 over 4 plus 3/4 n minus 3/4. 13 minus 3 is 10, 10 divided by 4, these two I can simplify, 3n over 4. So what am I getting? I can simplify 2 and 5. The final answer is 5 over 2 plus 3n over 4 is the nth term. This one, A is 67. D, 64 minus 67 is minus 3. Now find out the nth term. First term plus n minus 1 d. Here put brackets. When you get minus sign, make sure that you put brackets. 67, expand brackets, minus 3n plus 3, minus 3 minus 1 plus 3. 67 plus 3, 70. So 70 minus 3n is the nth term. Fifth one, find the first three terms, common difference, 15th term for each of the arithmetic progressions with nth term given by. So I'll take the first one, 2n plus 1. First three terms, so you just substitute n equals 1. T1 equals 2 times 1 plus 1, that's 3. N equals 2, you get the second term. 2 times 2 plus 1, that's 5. N equals 3, you get the third term. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1, you get 7. Those are the first three terms. Common difference, you can easily find out the common difference by taking the difference. 5 minus 3 is 2. Then the second one, this is second part, this is first part, and the third part, 15th term. So T15 you need. T15 is first term is 3 plus 15 minus 1 is 14 times d. So 3 plus 28, 31 is the 15th term. Now second part will take your nth term is 5n minus 1. How we find out the first term? Substitute 1. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 minus 1 is 4. N equals 2, you get the second term. 10 minus 1, 9. N equals 3, you get the third term. 15 minus 1, 40. Those are the three terms. Find difference. I can easily find by taking the difference between first two terms. 9 minus 4, that's 5. Difference is 5. Then last part, we need T15. First term is 4 and 14 times n minus 1 is 14 times 5. 14 times 5, you get 70. 70 plus 4, 74. So 15th term is 74. Next one, you have given 8 minus n as the nth term. Substitute n equals 1. T1 equals 8 minus 1, that's 7. N equals 2. T2 equals 8 minus 2, 6. N equals 3. T3 is 8 minus 3, that's 5. So what's D? Common difference. Common difference is the difference between two terms, consecutive terms. So I can take 6 minus 7 minus 1. And what's the 15th term? T15 is, first term is 7 plus 15 minus 1, you get 14 times d equals minus 1. So 14 times minus 1 is minus 14. 7 minus 14 is minus 7. Next one, T n is given 20 minus 5n. Find the first term. 20 minus 5 is 15. n equals 2, you get the second term. 5 times 2, 10. 20 minus 10 is 10. N equals 3, you get the third term. Multiply by 3, 15. 20 minus 15, you get 5. Those are the first 3 terms. Now take the difference. I can take any 2 difference. So I'll take these two. 5 minus 10 minus 5. So what's the 15th term? T15 is equal to, first term is 15 and 14 times 15 minus 1, 14 times minus 5. So I get 15 minus 70. So what is 15 minus 70? You get 55, that's minus. So minus 55. Question number 6. Between 1 and 150, how many multiples of 2's, 3's, 5's are there? So we'll see first one. Multiples of 2. What's the first multiple of 2? First number is 2. What's the last one? If you take the second one, is 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3, 6. So this is the progression now, arithmetic progression. What's the last number you can get for 150? 150 is a multiple of, so it says between 1 and, this means 150 is not included. What's the last number? 148. So how many multiples are there? So we know the first term is 2 and second term is 4. By taking the difference, you can find the common difference. We'll plug it to the formula. A is 2, D equals 4 minus 2, that's 2. But we need to find out which term is 148. So we'll plug it to nth term formula. A plus n minus 1d is equal to 148, open bracket. So first we'll take 2 to the other side, you get 146. Divide by 2, you get 73, n equals 74. So there are 74 terms in this part. So that means for multiples of 2. Now we'll take the next one, second part. Multiples of 3. What's the first multiple? First multiple is 3. What's the last one? Second one is 6. 9 like that. What's the last number you can get? 149. Is this divisible by 3? No. Then 148? No. 147 is the last digit. So 147 divided by 3, you get 49. So that means the last digit is 147. That's a multiple of 3. Now we can find out which term is 147. A equals 3. What's D? 6 minus 3, you get 3. So nth term, A plus n minus 1 D should be equal to 147. Now take 3 to the other side first, you get 144. Subtract 3 is this one. So divide this by 3. Can we do that? Yes, divide by 3, you get n minus 1 is 3 times 4, 12. For 24, 3 times 8. So 48. So what is n? N equals 49. So there are 49 terms for multiples of 3. Now last one, multiples of 5. So for multiples of 5, in between 1 and 150, what's the first number? First number should be 5. Multiples of 5. What's the last number you can get? Last number is 145. And what's the difference? Difference is 5. Multiples of 5 means difference is 5. Multiples of 3 means difference is 3. So D equals 5. And we need to find out which term is 145. First term is 5, n minus 1, D. So first subtract 5, you get 140 equals this. Divide by 5. Divide by 5, you get 5 times 2, 10. This one, that's 28 equals n minus 1. So what is n? Add 1 to that, you get 29. Question number 7. In an arithmetic progression, the third term is 7. So we'll first do that. Third term is 7. And the sixth term is 13. Find the first term in the progression. So we'll write it down. We'll write 2 equations and solve. What is third term? First term plus 2d, because 3 minus 1, 2d, that's 7. So your first equation is that. How can you write sixth term? First term plus n minus 1 is 6 minus 1 is 5d. That's your second equation. Subtract to get rid of one variable. I'll do 2 minus 1. 13 minus 7 is, what's 13 minus 7? You get 6. A get cancel out. 5d minus 2d. 5d minus 2d is 3d. So what's d? 6 divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now we found out difference is 2. So we need the first term. Take any equation and find out A. I'll take first one. 7 equals A plus 2D. We found D equals 2. So A plus 4 equals 7. So what is A? 7 minus 4 is 3. So the first term is 3. Now take the next part. In the arithmetic progression, fifth term. Fifth term is 34. 15th term is 9. Which term in this progression is minus 6? So you are asked to find n for minus 6. Now write down in terms of A and D. A plus 4D equals that. So that's your first equation. 15 means A plus 14D. Second equation. When you subtract, you can find D. So 9 minus 34, you get a negative answer, is equal to 14 minus 4 is 10D. So when you subtract, what you get? Minus 25 is 10D. D equals, divide by 10, minus 2.5. Now we know the difference is minus 2.5. And the first term, we can take one of the equation and plug it. So I'll take the first one. 34 equals minus, so this is A, 4 times minus 2.5. So what is 4 times 2.5? You get 10, so minus 10. Take 10 to the other side, That's 44. So the first term is 44. Now you are asked to find which term is minus 6. So we'll plug it to the nth term formula. Minus 6 equals first term plus n minus 1 d. d equals minus 2.5. Take 44 to the other side. Minus 6 minus 44, you get minus 50. And then when you divide by minus 2.5, what you get? You get n minus 1. Minus minus get cancelled out. 25. 500 divided by 25. When you want to get rid of this decimal, you multiply by 10. 500 divided by 25 is n minus 1. So you get 20 here. 20 plus 1, 21. So n equals 21. So that means 21st term is minus 6. Part 3, in an arithmetic progression, the fifth term is 22. Fifth term is 22 and the 10th term is 47. Show that the 15th term is 6 times the third term. So we need to find out 15th term, third term and see whether it's 6 times bigger than that. So again you have to find the first term difference to find out 15th and third term. Write a formula. For T5 I can write first term plus 4d, that's first equation. 10th term I can write a plus 10 minus 1, 9d is equal to the second equation. Now subtract 2 minus 1, I get 47 minus 22 is 25 is equal to 9 minus 4 is 5d. So what's d? 25 divided by 5 is 5. Now plug it to the first equation or second one to get a. I'll take first one. 22 equals a plus 4d. 4 times 5. Subtract 20, you get a as the a is 2. Now you have to find 15th term. T15. So what is T15? T15 is equal to a is 2 plus 14d. d is 5. So what's the answer? 14 times 5, 70 and 2, 72. What's T3? T3 is first term. What is T3? First term is 2 plus 2d. So 5 times 2, 10, 10 plus 2, 12. Now divide and see what's the ratio. T15 divide by T3. 72 divided by 12. You get 6. So we can see T15 is 6 times bigger than the third term. Fourth part, in an arithmetic progression, the sum of the third and sixth term is 42. So how can I write the first term? The third term, a plus 2d. What's the sixth term? A plus 5d. That's equal to 42. Simplify this. A becomes 2a, 5 plus 2, 7d is equal to 42. That's your first equation. And the sum of the second and 10th term. What is second term? A plus d. 10th term? A plus 9d. That's equal to 54. Now simplify. A and a, 2a. 9 and 1, you get 10d equals 54. That's your second equation. Now subtract and you can find out d. 10 minus 7 is 3. 54 minus 42, you get 12. So d becomes 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now substitute to one of the equations and find out a. I'll take first one. 2a plus 7 times 4, 28 equals 42. 2a becomes 42 minus 28. What's the answer? So 42 minus 28 is 14. So what is a? 14 divided by 2 is 7. Now you know the first term and the difference. So what is the 63rd term? Which term in this progression is 63? So we'll find out. 63 equals the nth term. 7 plus n minus 1 d. d equals 4. Take 7 to the other side. You get 56 is equal to 4 times n minus 1. Divide both sides by 4. You get 14 equals n minus 1. So what's the n value? Add 1 to that, you get 15. So we can say 15th term is 63. Now show further that no term in this progression is 30. So how can we find out this is not in the progression? You can substitute and see whether you are getting a whole number for n. If you are not getting a whole number, that means that term is not in the sequence. So we'll try to use that. 30. Now we'll check 30. 30 equals, first term is 7 and d equals 4. When you subtract 7 from 30, what you get? 23. So 4 n minus 1. Now can you see n minus 1 is 23 over 4. So here it's not divisible. You get a fraction. So here you can say n is not a whole number or integer. Better to write integer. Not an integer. Therefore 30 is not in the sequence. So you can write 30 is not in the sequence. Part 5. In an arithmetic progression, the second term is 10. Second term. So T2 equals 10. And the value of the 12th term is 12 more than that of the 10th term. So what is 12th term? A plus 11d. What's the 10th term? T10. A plus 9d. So they have given, when you take these two terms, the 12th term is 12 more than that of the 10th term. So this is more. So when you subtract these two, you are getting 12. That's the basic idea. So I can take a plus 11d minus a plus 9d is equal to 12. So when you simplify, what you get? A get cancelled out. 11d minus 9d is 2d equals 12. So we can find out d equals 6. Now what's the next one say? Find the first term, the common difference and the 21st term. Now we found out d equals 6. How can we find out the other one? This one, using the second term, you can find out the first term. When this is T2, that's A plus D. D we found 6. So we will substitute 6 here. 10 equals A plus 6. So what is the first term? 10 minus 6 is 4. Now we know the first term is 4, difference is 6. What's the 21st term? T 21 is first term plus 20 D. D is 6. 20 times 6 is 100. 20 plus 4, 124. Next part, which term is 52 more than the 7th term of the arithmetic progression? A equals 3. What's D? 7 minus 3, you get 4. We have first term and the difference. Which term is 52 more than the 7th term of the arithmetic progression? So we need T7, 7th term. What is 7th term? A plus 6D. So what's that? 24 plus 3, 27. So 7th term we know 27. So we need a term 52 more than that. So we'll add 52 to that. 27 plus 52 is which term? So we need to find out that term. So we can use that formula, nth term formula. A plus n minus 1 d. D is 4. Now simplify first. You get 79, and when you subtract 3, you get n minus 4, 1 times 4. So when you subtract, you get 76 is equal to n minus 1 over 4. Divide by 4. When you divide by 4, you get 4 times 1, 4. For 36, that's 9. So n minus 1, n equals 20. So that means 20th term is 52 more than the 7th term. Here you can do this question using another easy method. Now see, difference is 4. So difference is 4 and this is increasing by 4. So 52 is more than the 7th term. So if the 7th term is here and you get another 52. So we can see how many terms are there from here. So 52 divided by 4 is what? You get 4 times 1, 4, 4 times 3. 13 terms after 7. So which term is that now? This is 7th term. There are 13 terms after 7. So 13 plus 7. So you get the 20th term is 52 more than the 7th term. Now we'll look at some of the first n terms of an arithmetic progression. So here we use S, capital S for sum. So what is S5 means? Sum of first 5 terms. Sum of first 5 terms, not any 5 terms. Sum of first 5 terms is S5. S10 means sum of first 10 terms. Then Sn means sum of first n terms. And also you need to know when you are adding, take S5, sum of first 5 terms, S5, this is like algebra letters, S5 is a term. So S5 and S5 you can write 2S5. Then if it's Sn, And Sn, how can we add these two? 2Sn. So remember that also when you are adding terms, this is like a letter. You can add like terms. So we'll see how we can form an equation to find out the sum of first term of an arithmetic progression. We'll take this one. So sum of 5 terms is given this. So we need to find out an expression for S5. So I'm rewriting this in other way round. I'm writing the same thing, last term first and the other term second and the first term last. And then I want to add these two. So if I do 1 plus 2, what happens? S5 and S5 becomes 2S5. 7 plus 19, 26. 10 plus 16, 26. 13 plus 6. All these you are getting 26. How many times you are getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If there are 5 terms, you get 5 times 26. So what is S5? We can find an expression 5 times 26 divided by 2. And also another term. We'll take this expression. S100 is adding 100 terms. 1, 2, 3 like that. I want to rewrite this other way around. Last term first and the first term last. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. When you add these two together, what happens again? We see a pattern. That's why we are doing that. So when you are adding 2s hundreds is equal to 101, 101. All these 101s are there. So how many times you are adding 101s? 100 times. If there are 100 terms, you are adding 100 times 101. So what is S100? S100 is, you take the division. So we use this pattern when you can rewrite and add to find out the nth term formula. We'll take the first term as A, second term A plus D, third term A plus 2D, and the last term I'll take as L. L is the last term. And one before that, how can you write in terms of D? L minus D, because when we subtract D, you get the previous term. Then subtract another D, L minus 2D. So these are the last 3 terms. Now I want to find out the sum of all terms. S, sum of n terms. So what I can do, I can write down Sn equals A plus D plus A plus 2D L minus 2D L minus D L. That's my first equation. So I'm using the previous pattern. I'm rewriting this, last one first and first one last. Other way around, I can write L, this one L minus D, L minus 2D. And first term here, second term here, and the third term here. Then what I do, I want to add first equation and second equation. Sn and Sn, I can write 2Sn. Each term, can you see, when you add, what happens? You get same term, A plus L. What's this one? D get cancelled out, you get A plus L. Here also A plus L. So what's the last term also you are getting? A plus L. So all these terms you get A plus L term. So that means how many times you are getting A plus L terms? This is n term formula, so n times A plus L terms. So 2Sn equals this. So what is Sn? You can make Sn as the subject, n over 2 A plus L. Now you get a formula for sum of first n terms. What is Sn? Sum of first n terms. N is the term number. L is the last number and A is the first number. So if you know the first term and the last term, straight away you can apply to this formula and get the sum of first n terms. I want another formula in terms of A and D difference. So what is L? Last term is the nth term. I can write L as A plus n minus 1D. That's like nth term. So I'll plug this Sn instead of L, I'll plug this formula A plus n minus 1D. So what's the formula I'm getting? N over 2, A and A becomes 2A, n minus 1D. So I get this formula also to find out the sum of first n terms in terms of A and D. N over 2, 2A plus n minus 1D. If you know the first term and the difference, you can use that formula. If you know the first term and the last term, you can use this formula. Now we'll see how we can find out sum of first n terms. Example number 1. Find the sum of the first 12 terms of the arithmetic progression. So they are asking what is S12. We know A is 5 and difference you can get. Here last term is not given. So you need to use the other formula then. So what's the difference? 10 minus 5, you get 5. So apply to S12. S12 equals, what's the formula? N over 2, I'll first write down Sn formula. N over 2, 2A plus n minus 1D. Now substitute. N is 12. A is 5. 12 minus 1, 11. D equals 5. Now find out the sum. 2 times 6. You get 5 plus 5 into 2, 10. 11 times 5, 55. 6 into 65. 6 times 5, 33. Remaining 6 times 6, 36. Plus 3, 39. So the sum of first 12 terms is 390. Example number 2. An arithmetic progression has 16 terms. The first term and the last terms are 75 and 0. So first term is 75 and the last term L is 0. Find its sum if the common difference is minus 5. And there are 16 terms. N equals 16. So we need to find out S16. So we'll plug it to the formula. S16 is equal to, we can use first formula as well. Sn equals n over 2 a plus L. N is 16, A is 75 and last one is 0. So what's the sum? 8 times 75. So the sum of first 16 terms is 600. So either you can do this way or the difference is also given. So you can use the other formula as well. So S16 is, if you are using other formula, 2a plus n minus 1d. N is 16, 2a, 2 times a, 2 times 75 plus n is 16 minus 1, 15, d is minus 5. So do the calculations. 8, 2 times 5, 10, so 150 minus 75. So what's that? 8 times 150 minus 75, you get 75. 8 times 5, 44, remaining 8 times 7, 56 plus 4, 600. So you can either use this formula, this one. If you know D and A, you can use that one. If you know the first term and the last term, use this formula. Example number 3, find the sum of the arithmetic progression 70, 60 and the last term is given 2. So we can easily find out if we know n as well, because we need n. We know A, L, how can we find out n? So we need to find out how many terms are there here. To do that, you use the nth term formula. A plus n minus 1d formula, and first find out what is n and then plug it to this formula. Tn, we need to find 2 is which term? A is 70, n minus 1, what's d? 66 minus 70, minus 4. Take 70 to this side, 2 minus 70 is minus 68. Divide by minus 4, you get n minus 1. Minus minus get cancelled out, 4 times 1, 4. You get 28, that's 17 equals n minus 1. So what is n? Take minus 1 to the other side, you get 18. So there are 18 terms. So now we can plug it there. 18 divided by 2, first term is 70, last term is 2. 2 times 9, 9 times 72. $648 is the sum of first 18 terms. Example number 4. the first term, the last term and the sum of all the terms of an arithmetic progression are, first term is 12, last term is 99 and sum of all terms given 1665. Find the number of terms, the common difference and the sum of the first 15 terms. So how we do? We can use the formula. Sn equals n over 2a plus L. Sn given 1665. N over 2. First term is 12, last term is 99. Simplify inside. 111 equals 1665. So what is n? N becomes 2 times 1665 divided by 111. Divide. You get 1 here. So 554. So 15 times this. So 15 times 2, you get 30. So there are 30 terms and you need to find out the common difference. So how can we find out the common difference? We can use nth term formula and find out. So nth term formula, we know last term is 99. So 99 and the first term is 12. And we know that there are 30 terms. 30 minus 1, 29 d. So use this formula to find out the common difference. 99 minus 12, you get 87 is 29d. So what is the difference? 87 divided by 29. How many 29s are there? For 87 you get 3. So d equals 3. So the common difference is 3. Now we need to find out the sum of the first 15 terms. S15. S15, we know D and A. You can't use the last term formula. So we'll use 15 divided by 2, n over 2, 2a, A is 12 plus n minus 1, that's 14, d. D equals 3. So what's the value? 15 divided by 2. 2 times 12 is 24. 14 times 3, 42. When you add it, you get 66. So divide by 2. 33 times 15. 33 times 15, 30 and 3. So you get 495 is the sum of first 15 terms. Example 5. How many terms starting from the first term of the arithmetic progression 13, 11, 9 add up to 40? So here you have given the first term as 13 and second term is 11. So what's the difference? Difference you can find 11 minus 13, that's minus 2. So up to 9. Here we don't know the last term, but sum is given 40 and we don't know n. So you are asked to find n. So use the formula in terms of a and d. N over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. D is minus 2. That's equal to 40 because the sum is given 40. Now first simplify inside part 13 times 2 is 26 and minus 2n plus 2. So what's inside? You get n over 2, 28 minus 2n. When you divide both these by 2, you can get rid of this. So n over 2, I'll take 2 out from this, 14 minus n. 2 get cancelled out. I'll multiply by n and take 40 to the other side. What you get here? 14n minus n squared minus 40, or that's equal to 40. And now we'll take these terms to the other way round. I get n squared minus 14n plus 40 equals 0. So you get a quadratic equation. So try to factorize and solve for n. What are the factors of 40 to get 14? 10 and 4. So n in here you get 10 and 4. The middle term is negative, means these two are negative values. So what are the solutions? You get n minus 10 equals 0 or n minus 4 equals 0. So n becomes 10 or n equals 4. So in this question, you get two solutions. When you add 10 terms also, the sum is 40, and when you add 4 terms also, you get sum 40. So now you get two solutions, n equals 10 or n equals 4. First 10 terms also 40 and first 4 terms also 40. Shall we check it out? So here 13, 11, 9. First 4 terms. We'll take another one. 9 minus 2, 7. So here sum is 40. Then what happens when this is subtraction? You get minus values. Minus 2, you get 5. 5 minus 2, you get 3. 3 minus 2, 1. 1 minus 2, minus 1. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 5. Now can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 terms are there. Here this sum is 0. That's why this is 40 plus 0. Again you are getting 40. Exercise 24.2. First question. For each of the following cases, find the sum of the relevant arithmetic progression using the given data. Last term and first term and n is given. Which one is suitable? You need Sn formula, but first thing you have to find out n. This formula you have to apply. N is given, n is 31. So apply 31 over 2. First term is 2, last term 62. 31 divided by 2, 62 plus 2, 64. Divide 32 times 31. $992. This one, A is given, L and N. Same formula. Sn equals n over 2 A plus L. S12, now we are finding. 12 divided by 2, A is 95, last term is 10. 2 times 6, 6 times 105. 6 times 5, 30, 6 times 1, 6. So 630 is the sum. Third one, n is given, d is now given. So you have to use the other formula. S15 you are asked to find out. Use the other formula. N over, I'll write Sn equals n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. N is 15. 2 times a. 7.5 I can write 15 over 2. 15 over 2 times 2. N is 15. 15 minus 1 is 14. D equals half. Simplify. First I can simplify inside. 2 get cancelled out. This one you get 7. 15 plus 7. 22. 2 times 11. 11 times 15. 55. 5 remaining. 11 plus 5. 16. So the sum is 165. Next one. A, D, N given. So we'll use the same formula earlier. N over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. N is 21. So S21 we need to find. 21 over 2, 2 times a, n minus 1 is 20 times d is 1.7. First simplify inside. 2 times this one is 0.5. 2 times 3 is 6. So 6.5 plus multiply by 2. 20 times 17 is 340. When you put a decimal place, you get 34. 21 over 2, 34 and 6, 40.5. So multiply by 21 and divide by 2. So we will multiply 20 and 1. Put one decimal place and divide by 2. So when you divide by 2, 2 times 4, 8, 2 times 2, 4, for 10 that's 5, 2 times 2 and then for 10 that's 5, 425.25. Question number 2, find the sum of the indicated number of terms in each of the following progressions. So you are asked to find S11 here. So first term is 3. Difference, we can get it from here. 7 minus 3, you get 4. Now use the formula. S11 equals 11 over 2, 2a plus n minus 1. That's 10 times d. 11 over 2, simplify inside. 6 plus 40, 46. 46 into 11 over 2, divide. So 11 times 3, 33, 3 remaining. 11 times 2, 22 plus 3, 25. So the answer is 253. Part 2, you are asked to find S20. A is minus 10. What's D? Minus 9 minus minus 10 becomes plus, here 9 point. So here we are asked to find S20. What's difference? A equals minus 10. Difference is this value minus this. Minus 9.7 minus 10. That means 10 minus 9.7. You get 0.3. So we know A and D, find S20. 20 divided by 2, 2A plus n minus 1 is 19 into 0.3. This is 10. Minus 20 plus 19 times 3. Here 57. So 5.7. So you have to put a decimal place. So what's the answer? 10. This is 20 and 5.7 difference. So you get 14.3, that's negative. When you multiply by 10, you get 143, but this is negative. So negative 143. Third one, first term, second term, third term given. First 17 terms, S17. So what is A? A equals 1. Difference is 1 3/4 minus 1 is 3/4. Apply the formula. S17 is equal to n over 2, 2A plus n minus 1, that's 16 into D. Simplify here, 4 times 4, 4 times 3, 12. So 17 over 2 is 2 plus 12, that's 14. It's 2 times 7, 7 times 7, 49, 4 remaining, 7 times 1, 7, 7 plus 4, 11. So 119 is the first 17 terms, the sum of first 17 terms. Next one, 12 terms. S12. A is 67. What's D? 65 minus 67 is minus 2. Use the formula. S12 equals 12 divided by 2, 2 times A plus n minus 1. That's 11 times minus 2. That's D. 2 times 6. 2 times 67, 134 minus 22. 6 times, what is the subtraction? You get 112. 6 times 112, you get 672. Question number 3. Find the number of odd numbers between 2 and 180. So 2 and 180 not included. Then find their sum. So what's the first odd number you can get? So 3 is the first odd number. Next one is 5. So like that, what's the last odd number? 179. Now first we need to find out how many terms are there. Always the difference is 2. Find out using nth term formula. A plus n minus 1 D. So which term is 179? First term is 3 and difference is 2. So subtract 3, you get 176 is n minus 1 times 2. Divide by 2, you get 88 is n minus 1. N becomes 89. Now we know 89 terms are there. So what's the sum of 89 terms? 89 divided by 2. First term and last term we know, just add it. 89 over 2 times 180. 82. So we can divide by 2. 91 times 81. So 89 times 91, 90 and 1. So you get 8099 as the sum of first 89 terms. Part 2. Find the number of positive terms divisible by 5 below 200 and then find their sum. So divisible by 5 means, what's the condition? Last digit should be 0 or 5. Below 200. Below 200 means, what's the first number divisible by 5? That's 5. Then 10, like that. What's the last number? 195. So we need to find out how many terms are there and then find sum of all terms. So we'll use nth term formula. A plus n minus 1 d. What's d? D equals 10 minus 5, or you know that's divisible by 5 means the difference is 5. That is 195. How many terms are there? First take 5 to this side. 190 is 5 times n minus 1. Divide by 5. 38. So n equals 39. Now there are 39 terms. Find sum of 39 terms. 39 over 2. We know the first term and the last term, so you can just add it. So what's 5 plus 195? 200. So that means you multiply by 100. 3900. 3900. Third part, find the number of terms between 3 and 200 whose remainder upon division by 4 is 1. So that means the first digit is 5. If it's divisible, the first digit is 4. Always the remainder is 1. So remainder is 1 means the first number is 5. What's the next one? The second number is 9, because 8 divided by 4 is this, but when you divide 9 by 4, remainder is 1. So likewise, what's the last number you can get? 200, below 200. What's the number divisible by 4? Below 200? 198. We'll check whether it's divisible. 4 times 4, 16. It's not divisible. 196. 4 times 4, 16. Yeah, it's 196 is divisible. So what's the next number? So the last number is 197, because the remainder is 1. Now see how many terms are there. So how many terms? We'll use the formula. 197 is first term plus n minus 1 d. D is 9 minus 5. That's 4. Subtract 5, you get 192 is n minus 1 times 4. Divide by 4. 48 is this, so n equals 49. So there are 49 terms. Now you need to find the sum. S 49. Which one is easy? Using first and last. 49 over 2 plus 5 plus 197. 49 divided by 2 times 200. 2 divided by 2, you get 101. So what's the answer? 101 multiplied by 49. 4,949. Part 4. Find the sum of the terms between 5 and 170 which are not divisible by 3. So in this case, the numbers which are not divisible by 3 and in between 5 and 170. So what we can do, we can find out sum of all numbers and subtract the sum of all numbers divisible by 3, you can find out the other sum. So that's the easiest way to do. First we'll find out the numbers between 5 and 170 means the lowest number is 6, the highest number is 169. So we'll first find the total of all numbers, then we'll find out only the divisible by 3, the numbers that are divisible by 3, and then subtract, then you get all the numbers, the sum of all the numbers not divisible by 3. Okay, so first we'll find out numbers, the sum of all numbers here. How can we find out n here? So all digits are there, 6, 7, 8 like that up to 169. So how you get the term number? We subtract these two, 169 minus 6 and add 1 to that. You get how many terms are there if the difference is 1. So when you subtract 6, you get 163, 164 terms are there. So what is S 164? 164 over 2, first number is 6, last number is 169. That's the full total. Divisible by 2 and you get 5, 1 remaining, so 175 times 82. Then what are the numbers divisible by 3? What's the first number divisible by 3? 6. Last number? Is this divisible by 3? 3 times 4, 12, 5, 15. It's not divisible. 168 is divisible. 168 divided by 3. 56. So it's divisible. So the last digit is 168. Now we'll find out the sum of these numbers. So how many numbers are there? First we need to find out T using Tn formula. Tn, that's 168 equals A plus n minus 1 D. What's difference? This is divisible by 3 means difference is 3. Subtract 6, you get 162. N minus 1 times 3. Divide by 3, you get 54. So n equals 55. So you have 55 terms that are divisible by 3. So what's the sum of all 55 terms? 55 over 2, first term is 6 and last term is 168. So what's that number? (174) times 55 divided by 2. When we divide by 2, 87 times 55. So when you take the subtraction, you get the sum. So we'll do the calculation. So sum of all numbers not divisible by 3 is 82 times 175 minus 87 times 55. So we'll multiply and subtract. 175 times 82. Multiplied by 2. So when you add 14,350, first answer 14,350 minus, now multiply 87 times 55. You get 4,785. When you subtract, you get 9,565. So the sum of all the numbers not divisible by 3 is 9,565. Question number 4. The sum of the first 4 terms of an arithmetic progression is 36. S4 is given 36. And 11th term, that's T11, is 43. Find the first term, common difference, and also the sum of first 15 terms. So we'll try to find out the answer. S4. Can we write down a formula in terms of A and D? 4 over 2, 2A plus n minus 1, that's 3D. 2 and 4 get cancelled out. What about 11th term? I can write 43 equals A plus 11 minus 1, that's 10D. So you get 2 equations and 2 unknowns. We'll take the first one. Here again you can divide this by 2. 36 divided by 2 is 18 is equal to 2A plus 3D. That's our first equation. A plus 10D is the second equation. Can we just subtract? No, we can't do. We have to convert to the same coefficient. So I'll multiply the whole thing by 2. 2 times this 86, 2A and 20D equals this one. So that's my third one. Now I can subtract these two. 3 minus 1. 86 minus 18 is equal to 20 minus 3 is 17D. So what's this side? 68 equals 17D. So what is D? So 68 divided by 17, you get 4. Now we know D equals 4. You can substitute to one of the equations and get A. I'll take 2. 43 equals A plus 10 times 4, 40. Subtract 40, you get A equals 3. Now we know the first term and the common difference, and you are asked to find out the sum of first 15 terms. S15. So use the second formula. 15 divided by 2. 2 times a plus n minus 1, that's 14 d. d equals 4. Simplify. 15 divided by 2. 2 times 3, 6. 4 times 4, 16. 1 remaining, that's 5. So 12. 15 divided by 2. 6 plus 6, 12. 1 remaining, 62. Then you divide, you get 31. 31 times 15. 15 times 1, 15. 1 remaining, 15 times 3, 45 plus 1, 46. So the sum of all 15 terms is 465. Question number 5. The figure shows the way some small light bulbs have been connected in a circular pattern in the first 3 rings of a decoration. The last ring in this decoration contains 35 bulbs. How many rings are there in the decoration? So we'll see how many light bulbs in the first circle. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first one, there are 5 bulbs. Second circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Third one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's the pattern. And the last decoration, there are 35 bulbs. So you are asked how many rings are there. So this is arithmetic sequence because we can see difference is 2. So first term is 5, difference is 7 minus 5 is 2. We'll find out what's the nth term to get 35 bulbs. So Tn equals a plus n minus 1 d, that is equal to 35. Subtract 5, you get 30, 35 minus 5. Divide by 2, you get n minus 1. 30 divided by 2 is 15. So n equals 16. That means 16 circles are there, 16 rings are there in the decoration. Then second part, how many bulbs have been used in total? Sum of 16 rings, sum of all bulbs. So S16 they are asking, 16 over 2. First one there are 5 bulbs and the last one there are 35. So you can use this formula, A plus L formula. 2 times 8, 35 plus 5 is 40. 40 times 8, 320. So altogether 320 bulbs are there. Third one, if one bulb cost 50 rupees, how much money was spent on the bulbs in total? So one bulb is 50 rupees, there are 320 bulbs. So therefore the cost is 500 into 320. You get 160,000 rupees for the cost of all bulbs. Question number 6. The installments per month and the number of months interest needs to be paid for a loan 50,000 taken from 2 financial institutions P and Q are given below. P is 11,000, 10,000 like that for 11 months and Q is 14,000 like that for 8 months. To which institution does one have to pay less interest? Give reason. So here if we take the sum of all terms, for both P method and Q method. If the sum you are paying is more, means the interest is more. So we'll find out sum of all terms. So if we take P method, what's the A value? A value is 11,000. What's D? D is 10,000 minus 11,000. That's minus 1,000. For 11 months, that means N equals 11. So we can use the formula S11 is 11 over 2, 2A. What's the first term? 11,000 plus 2A plus N minus 1 is 10D. D is minus 1,000. What's the total? 11 over 2. You get 22 here. So 22,000 minus 10,000. So 11 over 2, 22,000 minus 10,000, you get 12,000. When you divide by this, you get 6,000 into 11, 66 and 3 zeros. So 66,000 is the sum of all interest. Now we'll look at Q method. Q method, starting value is 14,000 and N is 8. So what's the value? So we need to find S8. 8 divided by 2. And what is D? D is plus 1,000. 15,000 minus 14,000, you get plus 1,000. So 2A, A is 14,000 plus N minus 1, that's 7D. D is 1,000. So 2 times 4, this is 28,000 plus 7,000. So what's the answer? 4 times 35,000. 4 times 35,000 is 4 times 5, 22, remaining 4 times 3, 12, plus 2, 40. So 140,000. Now method Q pay 140,000 rupees and only method P has to pay 66,000. So which one is less? Method Q. So they are asking which one less interest, pay less interest. That means the institute P. So we have to write down 140,000 rupees is more than 66,000. So therefore, institute P is the method which has less interest. Which has less interest. Question number 7. A father opens a bank account for his daughter by depositing 500 on her 10th birthday. So 10th birthday, 500. Every month he deposits in that account an amount of money equal to the amount he deposited in the previous month plus a constant amount. Find the constant amount of money the father should deposit so that the total amount in the account without interest at her 18th birthday is 504,000. So you have to show that. So we'll try to understand the question. A father opens a bank account for his daughter by depositing 500 on her 10th birthday. So the starting value is 500. Every month he deposits in that account an amount of money. We'll say A amount. Every month A amount. So the difference is A. So account an amount of money equal to the amount he deposited in the previous month plus a constant amount. Find the constant amount of the money father should deposit so that the total amount in the account. So that means this is an arithmetic progression. So here we need to find out the constant amount. When the 18th birthday, the total amount without the interest is 504,000. So 10th term is given, 18th term is given. So this is an arithmetic sequence you can find out easily. So we'll start, the first term is 500, but that's the 10th birthday. So 10th term to 18th, we can find out if this is first term. Here in this question, starting from 10th birthday and the sum of money in the bank is 500,000, 4,000 in 18th birthday. So here how many years? How many years are there? 10 to 18? 8 years. So here 8 years are there. N is 18 minus 10. We are not adding 1 because 18th birthday is not completed. So 18 minus 10, that's N years, 8 years. But depositing every month. So how many months are there altogether? 8 times 12. That's 96 months are there. So N we know, starting value is known, and you are asked to find out the difference when the sum of money for 18th birthday is 504,000. Now we'll see Sn equals N over 2 A plus 2A plus N minus 1 D formula. D is the constant amount that he deposits. Sn is equal to 504,000. N is 96 now, 96 months. 2 times A. A is 500 plus 96 minus 1 is 95 D. Now we need to solve this equation. We'll try to solve this equation now. First we can multiply by 2,000 plus 95D equals 504000. I'll multiply this one, I can divide by 2, 48. So when I divide by this, what you get? Or I can multiply this by 48. 48,000 plus 48 into 95D equals this amount. Now subtract this, you get 48 times 95D equals, so when you subtract not 4000 minus 48,000, what you get? 000 6 456 000. Now how can we find D? D equals 4, 5, 6, 3 zeros divide by 48 and 95. So this is divisible by this, or I can find out the multiplication. 48 times 95, I get 4560. So here I can write 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 zeros here. When you multiply these two, I get 4, 5, 6, 0. So you get this one, divide by this, you get 100. So what's the constant amount father added to the account? 500 rupees. So D equals. So what's the amount that father added to the account? 100 rupees. So according to the question, it says, what's the constant amount that father deposited in the bank? So D is the constant amount, that's equal to 100 rupees. Question number 8. The nth term of an arithmetic progression is given by this. Write down the first 4 terms. So it's not hard, just substitute the values. N equals 1 gives the first term. 63 minus 2, you get 61. N equals 2, you get the second term. 2 times 2. 63 minus 4, 59. N equals 3, you get the third term. 63 minus 6, 57, and n equals 4, you get the fourth term. 63 minus 8. 55. Those are the 4 terms. Find the sum of the first 21 terms. Now we know from this one, what's the difference? D you can find out easily. 59 minus 61, that's minus 2. You know D and the first term is 61. Find the sum of 21 means S21. Use the second formula. N 21 over 2, 2a plus n minus 1. That's 20 times D. D is minus 2. 21 over 2, 2 times 61, you get 122 minus 40. 122 minus 40, you get 21 over 2 times, you get 2 here and 8, 82. Divide 2 times 4, 1. 41 times 21. 41 times 21, multiply and get the answer. So you get 861. Is the sum of first 21 terms. Part 3, find the 21st term. 21st term, how can we find out? We know A equals 61 We need to write down A equals 61, D equals, we got minus 2. So what's the 21st term? T21. First term is 61 plus n minus 1. That's 20 times minus 2. 61 minus 40. So what's the answer? You get 21. Fourth one, find the number of terms that should be added to get a sum of 336. So this is same question. So you can get A and D, same values, and the sum is 336 given. So use the formula n over 2, 2a, 2 times 61 plus n minus 1d, d is minus 2. Then multiply these two, n over 2, you get 122 minus 2n plus 2 is equal to 336. Then simplify inside, 122 plus 224 minus 2n. I can divide both the terms by 2. I can divide this by 2. Or I can take 2 out from here. I get 62 minus n. 2 get cancelled out. This is 336. So multiply and take all terms to one side. So you get n into minus n squared. When you take it to this side, that's n squared. N into 62, 62n. When you take it to this side, 62n here. Plus 336 equals 0. We need to find out the factors of 336 and the value is minus 62. So we'll divide and see. You can divide by 3. Again you can divide by 3. No, it's not divisible by 3. Divide by 2. Divide by 2 again. 2 again. And 2 again. So you get 1. So now we'll try to find out the factors of 336 to get 62. So when we look at the multiplication, we can see that 2 times 2 times 2, 8, 8 times 7, 56 and 6. 56 and 6 you get 62. So what are the factors? 56, 56 and 6. So both are negative because the middle term is negative. So n can be 56 or n equals 6. So how many terms? When you add 6 terms also you are getting 336, and when you add 56 terms also you are getting 336. Question number 9. Find the number of terms of an arithmetic progression needed to get the indicated sum in each of the following cases. First term is given, last term given, and nth term. So you need n. Use the formula Sn equals n over 2 a plus l, because last term is given. So this is 34, a is 7, last term is 10. Substitute, you get 17, this is 34. Cross multiply, 34 times 2 divide by 17 is n. 17 times 2. 2 times 2, you get 4 as the in value. Second part, A is given, D is given, Sn is given. So you asked to find out n. So what's the suitable formula now? The other one. So Sn equals n over 2 to A plus n minus 1 D formula you have to use. Sn is given 345 and 2 times 63 and D equals 3. Now multiply 2 times 3 6, 2 times 6 12, 3 times n 3n minus 3, 345. Now n over 2, 126 minus 3, 123. 345. Now multiply by 2 here, 690 is equal to 123n plus 3n squared. Divide everything by 3, I get 230 equals 41n plus n squared. Take all terms to one side, n squared plus 41n minus 230 equals 0. So what are the factors of 230 to get 41? So 230 divisible by 23 and divisible by 2 and another 5. So what are the factors to get this one? 23 times 2, you get 46. 46 and 5, you get 41. So factors are 46 and 5. What's the sign? This is plus 41, this is plus and this is minus. So when the product is 0, you can equate it to 0. N plus 46 equals 0 or n minus 5 equals 0. Here you get a negative answer. That's not possible for number of terms. So what's the answer here? N equals 5. So in this question, what's the question? You are asked to find out the sum is 345. What's the value? We got n equals 5. Miscellaneous exercise. In a shop, bars of soap are stacked on top of each other on a rack in such a way that the bottom row has 24 bars. The row above that has 21 bars and the row above that has 18 bars and so on. Find the number of bars in the 8th row. Now this is an arithmetic sequence. Why? First term is 24. There is a common difference. Here what's the difference? You get minus 3. Subtract minus 3 all the time. You are getting the next term. So this is an arithmetic sequence. So here they are asking find the 8th row. How many bars are there in the 8th row? T8. T8 is A plus n minus 1 is 7 times D. So 24 minus 21. How many bars are there? 3 bars of soap in the 8th row. That's the first part. Second part, if the top row has 3 bars of soap, find the total number of rows and the total number of bars of soap. So here, starting from 3, and the last one is this one. So here this is the sequence given. Last row 3 bars. Find the total number of rows and the total number of bars of soap. So how many rows are there? Here to here. So here we can find out using nth term. So last term is 3, first term is 24, and you are finding nth term. N minus 1. What is D now? D is same as before. D is minus 3. Multiply. You get 24 and 3 minus 3n and plus 3. Because minus minus becomes plus. 24 plus 3, 27. When you take it to the other side, you get minus 24 equals minus 3n. N equals 8. So 8 rows are there. And then you are asked to find out the total number of bars of soap. So S8. S8. We know the first term and the last term. We can use the A plus L formula. N over 2, A 24 plus L is 3. 2 times 4, 4 times 24 plus 3, 27. So what is 27 times 4? Multiply. 4 times 7, 28, 2 remaining. 4 times 2, 8 plus 2, 10. 108 bars of soap are there for those 8 rows. Third part, if the bars of soaps are 5 centimeter wide and the minimum height, the rack should be to enable all the rows of soap to be placed on it. So here what they ask in the third part. So asking if the bars of soap are 5 centimeter wide, find the minimum height the rack should be to enable all the rows of soap to be placed on it. So there are 8 rows. Each bar of soap is 5 centimeter wide. So what is the total length? You need 8 rows are there with 5 centimeter width. 8 times 5, 40 centimeter. So you need 40 centimeter width to stack all these bars of soap. Question number 2. The figure shows a sketch of one part of a gate having 2 equal parts, which is made by fixing planks of wood together. Each plank is 5 centimeter wide. The shortest plank is 100 centimeters, and it says each plank fixed after the shortest is 5 centimeter longer than the previous plank. So each one is 5 centimeter long. So that basically that means common difference is 5. The longest plank is 170. So this is 170. Find the number of planks used for one part of the gate. So this is one part of the gate. So this is arithmetic sequence starting from 100. The final one is 170. Each one is 5 centimeter more than that. So what's the next one? 105. So like that. So what's the difference then? Difference is 5 centimeters. You are asked to find out how many planks you need. N. How can we do that? Nth term formula. Tn equals A plus n minus 1d. First term is 100 and the difference is 5. And we know the last one is 170 centimeters high. So when you subtract 70, you get 70. N minus 1 into 5, divide by 5. You get 14 equals n minus 1. So n equals 15. So n equals 15. So that means we need 15 planks to make the one side of gate. Second part, find the minimum width of the gate. So width is this side. So each width is 5 centimeter. There are 15 planks. So what's the minimum width? 15 times 5. So you get 75 centimeters is the width of the gate. Third part, find the total length of all the planks used for the gate. So total length. So when you take first one 100, second one is 105. So likewise the last one is 170. So sum of 15 terms. S15 they are asking. 15 terms are there. 15 divided by 2. First term is 100. Last term is 170. Now when you add, you get 270 there. Divide by 2. 2 times 1, 2 times 3 is 6. This is 135 times 50. Multiply 10 and 5. You get 5, 2, so 2025. So what's the total length? 2025 centimeters. Now this is for one side of gate. For the fourth part, it says if one 30 centimeter long plank costs 50 rupees, find the total cost of planks required for the gate. Gate means there are 2 of these. So this is, what's the total length now? For 15 planks, one side is 2025. And what's the total amount that we required? Length of all the planks used for the gate. So you need to multiply this by 2. So for the full gate, you need to multiply this by 2. So what's the length? 4050 centimeters. Then it says they are dividing into 30 centimeter planks. So how many 30 centimeter planks are there? Number of 30 centimeter planks. So you take that amount and divide by 30, and each one cost 50 rupees. So what's the total amount? So total is equal to, total cost is this amount multiplied by 50. Simplify. You get 5 times 0, 5 times 5, 25, 5 times 4, 20. Divide by 3. 6, 2 is there, 7, 21, for 15 that's 5. So we need 6,750 rupees for the full gate. Question number 3. The sum of first n terms of a series is given by Sn n squared minus 8n. Write the first term. How can we find out? This is the sum given. Find the first term. When n equals 1, you get S1. What's the sum of one term means? First term. So basically, this is substituting n equals 1. S1 equals 1 squared minus 8 times 1. 1 minus 8, that's minus 7. So the first term is minus 7. Second one, find the sum of the first two terms. That means S2. 2 squared minus 8 times 2. 4 minus 16, you get minus 12. That's the first sum of first two terms. Third one, find the common difference. How can we find out the common difference? This is the first term. This is first and second term. When you subtract these two, S2 and S1, what you get? You are getting the second term. So this is the second term. So we'll subtract. S2 is minus 12 minus minus 7. You get minus 5 as the second term. We know the first term is minus 7, second term is minus 5. What's the difference? Difference is minus 5 minus minus 7. Take the difference between consecutive terms. So you get minus 5 plus 7, that's 2. So we know the common difference is 2. Now the fourth part. How many terms starting from the first term add up to 180? So they are asking, so when there's a sequence like this, the sum of all n terms is 180. So how many terms are there? So this is arithmetic sequence. The first term is minus 7 and the difference is 2. Use the sum formula. 180 equals n over 2, 2a, 2 times minus 7 plus n minus 1. n minus 1 d. d equals 2. Now try to solve this. What's the value? So here first multiply by 2 times minus 7, you get minus 14. Expand brackets, you get 2n and minus 2. That's equal to 180. Then we can simplify in the middle, n divided by 2, minus 14 minus 2, minus 16 plus 2n equals 180. Now 2 is common. I can take 2 out from here. n over 2, I can take 2 out from this and write minus 8n plus n. 2 and 2 get cancelled out and multiplied by n, you get minus 8n and plus n squared. Now take all terms to one side. What you get? N squared minus 8n minus 180 equals 0. So what are the factors of this one? We can write factors are 10 and 8. 180. What are the factors of 180? You can divide by, we'll divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 5, 3 and 3. So what are the factors of 180? to get 8. 18 and 10. 18 and 10 are the factors. So the middle term is minus. That means minus 18 and plus 10. So when you solve that, what are the solutions? You get n equals 18 or n equals minus 10. Can we get minus value? We can't get minus value. So the answer is n equals 18. So what's the question? Question was how many terms starting from the first term add up to 180? That's 18 terms. Question number 4. The pages number 357 of a magazine are printed in a special pink color. Tushan reads 5 pages of the magazine on the first day, and thereafter on each day he reads 3 more pages than he read on previous day. Find the number of pages he completes reading at the end of the 5th day. So that means starting value is 5. Each day he increases the pages by 3. So what's the next one? 8, 11, like that. So the common difference is 3. And what's the 55th day? So that means T5. What's the formula? Tn formula? A. A is 5 here. 5 plus n minus 1 means 4. D equals 3. So 5 plus 12, you get 17. So 17 pages he read. Find the number of pages he completes reading at the end of 7th day. 7th day means T7. 5 plus first term, 7 minus 1, 6. D equals 3. 5 plus 18, 23. So 23 pages completes. Third one, if Tushan finishes reading the whole magazine in 10 days, find the number of pages there are in the magazine. So 10th day, we have to find out the total number of pages. S10. What's S10? So we need to find out we know D equals 3 and A equals 5, but we don't know how many pages for 10 days. So you can't use the other formula. So we can use this formula. N divided by 2, 2A. 2 times A plus n minus 1 is 9 into D. D equals 3. So the total number 10 plus 27 is 37 times 5. 35, 3 remaining, 5 times 3, 15 plus 3, 18. So 185 pages in that magazine. Fourth part, what is the maximum number of pink pages the magazine can have? So pink pages are all odd numbers, 3, 5, 7 like that. So altogether, how many pink pages are there? So the full magazine is 185 pages. So we need to find out if this is 3, 5, 7 like that up to 185. pages, how many pink pages are there? So use the nth term formula. So we'll use nth term formula. This is fourth one. Tn equals a plus n minus 1d. A is 3, n minus 1, d equals 3. What's the starting value? This is 3 is this one, for this case 3. And Tn, here difference is 2 not 3 because we are only looking at pink pages. This is 2 because d equals 5 minus 3. And the last term is 185. Subtract 3, you get 182 is n minus 1 times 2. Divide by 2, you get 91 equals n minus 1. N equals 92. So 92 pink pages are there. Last part. Tushan claims that the last page he read is pink. Determine the truth of his statement. So 92 pink pages are there. Last page is, now in the full magazine there are 185 pages now. So pink pages are odd numbers. So definitely last page is pink. So we can say pink pages are odd numbers and last page number is also an odd number. Also an odd number. So that means the statement is true. So in this lesson we discussed all the examples and exercises related to arithmetic progression. So remember, we did nth term formula and sum of first n terms.